name is Ryan bin Rashid from JBA 114, and I will answer for the part A question 1. So you guys can pause the video and read the answer, read the question. So let's bring out the information from the question. First, let's do a timeline first, and then read the question. We can know 120,000 people in the year 2000. So our P is 120. Next, for the first 6 years, so our times is 6 years, and population grow at a rate of 3.2%, and so our K equals to 0.0232, and then compound annually, so our M equals to 1. Next, let's calculate I equals to K over M, so 0.032 over 1, so it will equals to 0.032. And next we will calculate N equals to T times M, so our T is 6 and times with 1, and our N equals to 6. Next, starting from 2006 onward, due to development project, the growth rate increased 4.5%. So 2006 till 2013, the rate will increase to 4.5. So our K for 2006 till 2013 is equals to 0.045, and compound semi-annually. So our M is 2. So let's move to question 1. Calculate the population in the year 2006. So we have information. So just bring into the our formula. So we use S equals to P bracket 1 plus I power of N. So you will bring in the information first. P equals to 120,000 bracket 1 plus 0.032 power of 6. Next, 120,000 bracket 1.032 power of 6, and 120,000 bracket 1.208031291, and the final answer we will get 144 and 154,964. So let's move to the question B. Calculate the population in the year 2013. So the formula is same. We will use S equals to P bracket 1 plus I power of N. So just bring the information into the formula. So S equals to 144,964 bracket 1 plus 0.045 over 2 power of 7 times 2, and you will get 144,964 bracket 1.0225 power of 14. Next, 144,964 bracket 1.3654847. And for the last question, question C, find the total percentage increase in population from 2000 to 2013. So the formula we use is R equals to P 2013 minus P 2000 over P times 100. So you just bring the information into the formula. 197,946 minus 120,000 over 120,000 times 10. So the final answer you will get 64.96%. This is the total percentage increase in population from 2000 to 2013. And so from me, I will pass it to my friend.
Hi, I am Zarifa, and I will talk about question 2 and 3. First, let me read the question first. Fahmi needs 60,000 ringgit and plans to take a personal loan. He has two options to consider. First, an AA bank, which offers 4.3% compounded every 3 months. And then MHA bank, which offers 4.4% interest rate compounded every 2 months. So, for our first question, calculate the future value at the end of 9 years for each bank. Alright, for this question, we will answer NAA bank first. First, let me tell you about important terms. The first term is P. P is present value. And then K is interest rate. M is number of interest calculated. T is duration of investment. I is compound interest rate. And lastly, N is number of interest period. Alright, so for an AA bank, P equals 60,000, K equal 0.043, and M equal 4, T equal 9, I equal 0.043 per 4, and N equal 36. Alright, for this question, we'll be using compound interest formula, which is S equal P 1 plus I power n. And then S equal P 60,000 1 plus 0.043 per 4 power by n, which is 36. So the answer is, put it in your calculator, 1 plus 0.043 per 4, and then put power n, which is 36, and you'll get the answer 1.469518305. And then you have to multiply it, which the answer is 88,171 ringgit 10 cent. And then for MHA Bank, P equals 60,000, K equal 0.044, M equals 6, T equal 9, I equal 0.044 per 6, and N equal 54. And then same formula, S equal P 1 plus I power n. And then you put the number 60,000 1 plus 0.044 per n power 54, and then put it in your calculator. You will get 1.48372386, and then multiply it with 60,000. You will get 89,023 ringgit, and you will get 89,023 ringgit 43 cents. And then we'll go to question B. Which bank should we choose and why? And my answer is NAA Bank, because it offers lower interest rate, which is 44.3%, rather than MHA Bank, which offers 4.4% interest rate. And then let's proceed to question number 3. S equal 99,105 ringgit 95 cent. P, there is no value at P. And then K 0.028, M equal 3, T equal 10, I equal 0.028 per 3, and N equal 30. And of course, the same formula, which is compound interest, S equal P 1 plus I power n. And then you put in S equal 99105.95, and then equal P, there is no value for P, then 1 plus 0.028 per 3 power by n, 30. And then you will get 99,105 and 95 cent equal P 1.321412721. And then you need to divide 99,105.95 cent with 1.321412721 in order to get P. So P equal 75,000 ringgit. That's your answer.
So I'm Aaron for part B, question 1A. So in this scenario, let us see Vidua want to buy Fender Sunshine Leather Black, price at 11,000 within 4 years. So she opened 7 accounts that offer 12% interest rate that compounded quarterly. So in this question, we'll be using this formula. Then we need to find the I first. So I is K over M. Then we just solve it. Then we get I is equal to 3 over 100. And then we need to find the N. So for the N is T times M. So in this question, for the T was 4 years. And then for the M is also the same with the I, which is 4. And for the N, we get 16. And then we have all the information that we need. And then we just put it in the formula. So we just solve the right one first. And then we get 11,000 equal to 20.15688 TR. And then we just find the R. And then for the R, we get the RM 545 ringgit and 72 cents. So this will be her deposit. So for the question B, we need to find how much money in her saving account 5 years after she purchased the Fender Sunshine Leather Bag. So we assume that the deposit is still the same as answer in A. So just for the I is still so we will be using this formula. And then for the I is still the same. And then for the N is a little bit different. So for the T, we need to change the T, which is T is 5. And then we get, for the N, we get the 20. And then we put it in the formula. And then we just solve it. And then this is the amount that in her saving account after 5 years, which is RM 40,663 ringgit 70 cents. So for the reason is, she will not be able to buy the Hermes Epson Kelly because in her saving account only have 40,663.70 cents, while the price is 16,800. So she need 2,136 22.20 cents to buy that bag. Question 2. So for this question, Hikaru wants to buy a laptop for her university needs using her leisure expenses. So we all know that Hikaru earns 800, then she saves 30%. So the remaining is her leisure expenses. First of all, we need to calculate how much that her leisure expenses. So for the leisure expenses here, so we know that the 30% that she saved, and then we just 100 minus 30, and then we get a 70%. And then for the 70%, we times 800, and then we get her leisure expenses, which is 500 and 560. So after that, we look at this. So for the due, now we look at the deals. Due to the raising online scam, Hikaru want to seek out help from us. So we need to calculate the payment plan to know the accuracy of the monthly payment that shows it. So here's the payment plan. So we need to calculate the 6 month first. Then for the 6 month, the processing fee is 9%. So we just 9% times the price of the laptop, and then we just plus the price of the laptop, and then we get the RM 2,932.10 cents. So we know that this is the price after the processing fee. And then we just and then we need to use this formula. So for this formula, we need to find the I first. So for the I is so for the I is K over M. So for the K is 2%, the compounded monthly, which is 12. So we just put it in the formula, and then we get I is equal to 1 over 600. And then for the N is, we know that 6 months is the half year, so we just use the 1.5, 1 over 2 times, for the M is 12, then for the N we get the 6. So then we have all the information that we need. So we just put it in the formula. So for the R, we need to use this. Then we put all the information that we have gathered. Then after that we get RM 2,946.79 cents. Then we just basically do the same with the 12 month. So first of all, we need to find the price after the processing fee. So for the 12 month is 18%. So 18% times the price of the laptop, and then we plus the price of the laptop, and then we get the price after the fee, processing fee. And then we basically using the same formula. We need, as usual, we need to find the I first. So for the I is 1.5% over 12 because of the compounded monthly. And then for the I we get 1 over 800, and then for the N is 12 times 1 year. So for the N we get 12. So for the R we need to use this, and then we just put in the formula, and then we get a RM 3,190.2 cents. So now we have this information, and then we need to compare the price after the fee and then the price after we calculate. So after we compare the price, we find a slightly difference between these two, which is for the 6 month we find a 14 ringgit on 69 cents, and then for the 12 month we find a 15 ringgit on 82 cents. So we find a slightly different. So for the justify, so she should not proceed with the purchase because we find a slightly different with the price after we calculate. So basically it's just a scam. So she should not proceed with the purchase.